Hello, everyone. It's me, Gregory, the Dragon King, and welcome to the Dragon's Den. I'm going to talk about a story that we all have heard, we all have seen by now, we all have watched videos over and over, and that is what they're calling the alleged assassination or attempted assassination on Donald Trump, the former president of the United States. He was in Pennsylvania July the 13th. He was in Pennsylvania July the 13th, 2024, in a rural area doing a rally for his presidency, re-presidency, and shots were fired, and one of them had nicked his ear. I believe possible his right ear. As you see it when you go down, as you see it as he's coming off the podium stage. But there are many outlets that have this story. And what we're finding out is details after details. You know, they're slowly feeding us information. But what we know is that the alleged gunman, or the person that they say had attempted to assassinate former President Donald Trump, his name was Thomas Matthew Crooks. He's deceased now. His name is Thomas Matthew Crooks, a 20-year-old Pennsylvania man. And here's what they say is known about him so far. I'm getting this from CBSNews.com. And so this story was by Nicole Sanger, Pat Milton, Allison Elise, Gualtieri, Michael Kaplan, Madeline May, and yeah, all of them at CBSNews.com. We got a site off social. So let's get into it. It says here that the gunman who fired shots at former President Donald Trump in an assassination attempt at campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, Saturday night has been identified once again as the FBI has identified him as a 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks. One hell of a last name. He was killed by a Secret Service sniper, officials said. One audience member at the rally, Pennsylvania firefighter Corey Comparatore, was killed in the shooting, and two other men are in critical conditions, officials say. So, and then, FBI has a statement, says that Matthew Crooks, the gunman of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, as the subject involved in the assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump on July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania. This remains an active and ongoing investigation. And anyone with information that may assist with the investigation is encouraged to submit photos or videos online at fbi.gov/Butler or call 1-800-CALL-FBI. So here's the thing. A lot of people, are speculating. There's rumors going around that this was caused by someone who they're saying these rumors about this was someone who was working for the Democrats. He's working for the Democrats, or he's trying to set the Democrats up for failure. I don't think this is going to be a failure, as a matter of fact. I think the problem here is they never thought it would be one of their own, unfortunately. And regardless to who was being shot at, some people, one person did pass, the other two were critically injured. Now, like I said, the surprising part for most people, or maybe it wasn't, was that this gentleman, Thomas Crooks, he was a registered Republican voter. Now, he's 20 years old, so that means that he was registering to vote since he was 18, 3 years ago. That may have been family issues. You know, people like to vote. When I say family issues, sometimes we vote against family. You know, maybe his family was a Democrat, maybe they weren't. I don't know. We don't know those particulars because, again, you know, the investigation is ongoing. But a young man that age was either rebelling from being a Democrat by voting Republican for the last 3 years. Because I say 3 because he's only 20. You can't vote until you're 18. Or he was being taught that this is what we do in this family. We vote Republican. Now, something in my opinion must have clicked, and it must have really turned him away from being a Republican, because in most rural areas of the country, of the United States of America, they are Republicans. They're conservative, Christian nationalists, all of that. Very rarely are you going to find someone in rural areas in this country that is not a Republican. It's very rare, because most of them have been taught about values and morals and Christian values, and and abortion is wrong, and you don't get a divorce and all that. That's your belief. That's your belief. So I'm wondering what happened. You know what I'm saying? What happened to this young man where he just turned the tables? Because again, they say Butler County, but Crooks was from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. According to this article, a Pittsburgh suburb about an hour south of Butler. The rally was in Butler, Pennsylvania. So for me, those areas are very, very kind of morally guided. Not that people that live in the city aren't. It's just that they teach a certain type of practice. If you get on how to treat people, particularly people of color, how they look at religion. And for this young man who, I guess from what they're saying, nobody would have ever figured that he would have done something like this. That, he just switched. He switched up. This article also says federal investigators said the gunman was not carrying identification, so they analyzed his DNA to provide a biometric confirmation of his identity. So he didn't have ID on him. He didn't have any recognizable documentation, ID, nothing on him. So they're using a biometric confirmation of his identity. That sounds a little bit strange. That sounds a little bit strange. But again, for him to have switched over from his Republican values really speaks to people have had enough. And it does not matter that Donald Trump was the Republican representative. In this young man's mind, Donald Trump did not represent what he thought a Republican was. He did not represent apparently what his parents had told him a Republican was. Donald Trump did not represent to this young man what a person who believes in morals and treating everybody right, is what a Republican is supposed to be, because Republicans are known for their Christian values, and they're the party of the people and morals, and this young man, this Crooks gentleman, I'm sorry, what is his name again? Let's get this right. Thomas Matthew Crooks. It was just, something that did not register, that maybe in his mind, and I can't read his mind, but you can only imagine that he theorized that this is not what I was taught that a Republican does, how people are treated. And maybe somewhere along the line, he became not even a Democrat. He just became somebody that didn't like what was going on, and he looked at Donald Trump. And I'm not saying what he did was right. I'm not saying that. I'm just simply saying that something switched off in this young man to say, no, this is not what the world is supposed to be. Unfortunately, he chose a different type of way to, go about making that change. Now, having said all of that, Donald Trump is no angel. Okay? He never will be. He is someone who created more division in this country than we've ever seen in our lifetime. Those are facts. Okay? The man has said deplorable things about women, gays, blacks. He's really kind of put himself as some type of person, like he's some ultimate comedian, Donald Trump is, where he can say whatever the fuck he wants and he doesn't have to pay the consequence, or nobody around him. And when you see young people who voted Republican or registered as a Republican has now flipped the script, something about what Donald Trump had been doing for the last 2 years was not clicking in this young man as righteous. Because I'm only using those terms that describe Republicans. They want to be righteous. They want to be morally conscious about everything. But, Donald Trump talks about eye for an eye. He mentioned how Nancy Pelosi in a rally, he had the nerve to say how is Nancy Pelosi's husband doing. The man was, the home had been invaded. They were going to kill the man. You know what I'm saying? They were getting ready to kill Nancy Pelosi's husband. This is not alleged. These are facts. So don't try to stop this, YouTube. Don't even try to do it, okay? These are facts. These are absolute facts. And as far as I'm concerned, these type of things are not going to go unnoticed just because, unfortunately, Donald Trump was almost assassinated. That is a horrible thing for anybody to watch their loved ones, friends, family, whoever pass away, even a stranger. But we will not negate the fact that this man has created all of this division, strife, chaos in this country. Okay, we're not going to forget that. Not to mention his international policies dealing and talking, referring to our quote unquote enemies of the state as best friends, good people, smart, like Kim Jong-un said he was smart. He's pretty clever. If he was able to take over a country, your best buddies with Vladimir Putin, you say he's a wonderful person. No American president in history has ever referred to these men as cool, intelligent, they're good people, they're the smart. No, brother. But yet he carries on like a little kid with his best friends. The man has created, he took credit for building a reckless Supreme Court bench and removing people's rights like Roe versus Wade, a woman's right to have an abortion if she is molested, raped, incest. Oh, they left that up to the states. The states are now fining people and jailing them. One, if the woman crosses state lines and they know about it. And two, the doctor, if she did it in her own state, they're going to jail the doctor too. It is nonsense. Like I said, Donald Trump being almost killed, as unfortunate as that is, for his loved ones and the people that care about him, it will not negate the shit that he has done, the strife, the chaos, the division that he has created in this damn country. And I personally will not be following suit. While I can appreciate everybody saying it's gotten too far, it's been gotten too far. Now it's gotten too far because Donald Trump almost lost his life. Did it get too far when he decided to get rid of Roe versus Wade by appointing 3 Supreme Court judges who he knew would get the job done along with the other 2 that were already there, so that he caused women to have health issues because instead of getting having the child removed from your body due to your own life as a mother, you know what I'm saying, being at risk, not to mention the child, because of health issues, these women are dying. They're having abortions in scary places. This man also contribute. He talked about people who are disabled. This man talked about Nancy Pelosi's husband as if somebody losing their life, you know what I'm saying, on the other side of the aisle didn't register. It doesn't matter. And while we're at it, if this was Biden who almost got assassinated, I guarantee you Trump would not have called. Matter of fact, Fox News would have been celebrating. All of them over there on Fox News. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. So don't tell me that the country needs to come together and we are not all MAGA. No, the fuck we are not. Never will I be MAGA or Republican. Okay? What I will be is a decent human being who loves himself, who has no problem with anybody, but is a fucking liberal who knows good from bad. Okay? And here's another thing. There's been a conversation about why Democrats want Biden to get removed. I personally think the man needs to step down. Although after this incident that happened on July 13, 2024 with the former President Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania, if he would have stepped down now, it would be just chaotic. So I'm on the fence with whether he should step down at this point. But prior to making this video, I'm like, yeah, Biden should step down because we looking at the numbers and they're not good for him to win against Trump. But after this, if he were to step down, he can definitely forget it now, because Trump has tried, to ridicule the very fabric of what Joe Biden has done. He's reduced inflation. He's created more jobs, got rid of student debt and all that. But Donald Trump is going to use this, not me saying it, but stunt, to increase his livelihood, if you will, to become the president of the United States. You have a gentleman named Senator J.D. Vance. He is already saying that these are his words, Biden's rhetoric to say that Donald Trump is a fascist and he's a detriment to this country is what predicated and provoked this young man, Thomas Brooks. Let me make sure I get that name right. Thomas Matthew Crooks, not Brooks, Crooks, to go out and do this. We even have the Congressperson, Senator Bobart, the one who was playing grab ass in the movie theaters. She said it was Biden's fault for saying that he was a fascist. No, it's Donald Trump's fault for putting his shit out here. Not being shot, but somebody feeling like that's the only way to go to fix the problem. Let me clarify. Not that he was shot, but he is responsible for somebody feeling a certain kind of way. Although this young man should have found a better way to process that energy and maybe even hate against Donald Trump in another way, but he didn't. So we just have to deal with what's in front of us. But the provocation to get that young man there, Donald Trump did cause that. Because he was all the shit he had been doing. And like I said, this young man, this Thomas Matthew Crooks, I'm looking at this article by CBSnews.com, by all accounts, he was a regular, everyday young man, but that's usually how it starts. Something snapped. Something snapped in this young man. I hate to use the word like that, but something, it was just enough, was enough. They're saying one of his former classmates is saying Jamison Myers, a member of the school's varsity rifle team, told CBS News that Crooks had tried out for the team freshman year for the varsity. Oh, okay. A member of the school's varsity rifle team. Oh, okay. So he was on the rifle team, but did not make the junior varsity roster and did not return to trial for the team in subsequent years. He called Crooks a nice kid who never talked poorly of anyone. And he said, I never have thought him capable of anything I've seen him do in the last few days. Fellow classmate Summer Barkley told CBS Pittsburgh reporter Megan Schiller that although Crooks wasn't popular, he still had a group of friends and was a good student beloved by teachers. She said she didn't see any red flags that would lead her to believe he would do something like this. Yeah, that's usually how it goes, unfortunately. What was his motive in this article says, we do not currently have any identified motive, said Kevin Rojek, FBI Pittsburgh special agent in charge, at a briefing late Saturday night, which would have been July the 13th, 2024. A law enforcement official said early Sunday that there are no foreign terrorism ties known at this time. And the suspect was not on the radar of law enforcement, although they are still running his name down. Yeah, either way, it's a tragedy for the young man to have felt, mentally. I can only imagine what his mind was going through, just really kind of dealing with all of that and figuring out, you can't even imagine what he was going through. And then, you know, the unfortunate person who, you know, lost their life, you know what I'm saying, because they were supporting somebody that they believed that was going to save the country. The other two people were injured. And then, of course, you know, for you MAGA supporters, for you delusional Republicans, but regardless, you know what I'm saying, Donald Trump, you know, could have lost his life as well. But again, I'm gonna say this for the umpteenth time, that will not, what happened to him in Butler, Pennsylvania, will never negate the shit that he's done and said. Okay, it's unfortunate that happened to him, but it will not negate the fact that we cannot have him as the president of the United States in 2024. We can never do that again. We can never do it again. And this, for some of you may think he's going to be a martyr. He will not. He will not go down in history as a martyr. He will go down in history as somebody who divided this country, somebody who separated common sense from intelligence, you know, and then anything else in between. And he will go down as somebody who had an unfortunate rally where somebody tried to take his life, which is very unfortunate. But he will not be known as some messiah, some great white hope. You know, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I know some of you want that so bad, but it's not going to happen. He will not be seen as some messiah, some great white hope. It will not happen. And unfortunately, this young man lost his life, and even before that, there was mental and emotional, psychological turmoil. You know, and you know, this is another reason why we need to make sure that we need to increase the age of gun ownership, and it shouldn't be up to the states. A lot of things are being held up to the states, and you see the problems that it's causing. You know. But at the end of the day, it's a tragedy. Donald Trump, you know, some people are saying, not me, that it was fake. You know, some people are saying that it wasn't legit. The blood wasn't real. It wasn't dark. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Was it fake? Was it not? Y'all be the judge. Y'all let me know in the comments. But what I can tell you was people lost their lives. And if this was a stage hoax, the collateral damage, whoever, whatever, if this is a hoax, didn't care about the lives that were being lost. They didn't care about the lives that were being lost. You know, but I just, you know, just like everybody else, you know, how strange is it that this young man was able to climb all the way up there and nobody see him until it's too late. You know, now we know that he was a part of the rifle team. He was trying to get on the varsity rifle team, so clearly he's had some experience with rifles. You know, yeah. I just, you know, this whole thing, but we're not going to pretend that Donald Trump is an angel and he was hit. We're not going to do that. We're going to say that he was a human being like the rest of us. He doesn't get angel status. He does not get martyr status. He's getting none of that. Because July 13, 2024, that is not going to negate all of the shit that Donald Trump has done and said up until that point. It's just not going to fucking happen. But anyway, y'all, let me get into some self-promotion. I should have did this at the top of the video, but I didn't. Y'all know I had a book came out. One of the most gripping, thrilling stories. It's called Thicker Than Water. Let me show you the book. This is the hardcover, y'all. Okay? This is the hardcover. Thicker Than Water. Y'all can see it. By Gregory Lamont Hemphill. That's moi. This is my mug on the back, if you can see it. Yeah. So, this is me right here. And, Yeah, so I just hope that you all will enjoy that. This, by the way, you can get it on Amazon.com, Barnes and Nobles. Well, no, you can get the ebook on Barnes and Nobles, but you can get the hardcover and softcover anywhere you get your online book purchases. So don't forget, this is $24.99 on the website. This is the soft cover. Again, thicker than water. Gripping story. It's about strength, perseverance, heartache, pain, justice, all of that. Once again, soft cover. I've already these are my personal ones that I'm going to give out, but the one, if you want your sign, I don't know, send it to me, I'll send it back. I don't know how this is going to go, but unless you go get it at Amazon, or you can go get it at let's see where else you can get it. Wherever you get your online bookstores or retail stores, as well as it's on digital too. So y'all can go get that. Let me just pull it up real quick. But if you go to Amazon.com, you'll see that the ebook is $5.99. It's now on audiobook. That's on audiobooks.com or booktopia.com and anywhere else you get your audiobooks. Okay, hold on. The paperback and hardcover you can get on Amazon.com. Anywhere you get your online book, order your online book retailers, wherever you go to get that. I'm trying to. Okay. There's that. Hope y'all can see it. So that's the ebook for $5.99. You can get that at Barnes and Nobles online. The hardcover, the paperback, you can get anywhere online. Also, the audiobook is on Booktopia and audiobooks.com and anywhere you want to get it. And that is various prices. So y'all go check it out. Let me know. I hope y'all enjoyed this video because I enjoyed making it. And y'all let me know some of the current funny and intelligent stuff y'all want me to cover, and I will. So just, all right. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, get all your book buddies, you know what I'm saying, to grab the book. I'm gonna show it to you one more time. Yeah, grab this book. It's worth it. Else, tell Tyler Perry about it, Oprah Winfrey, I don't know, Tubi, shit, whoever. Just go out and get this book. And again, like, subscribe, share, and yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you all very, very much. Peace out. All right.